Hello everybody and welcome to our Bobbins baby session today. I'm not at the museum today, but I do have my Bobbins box with me and lots of creatures that we're going to meet on our journey today. So my name's Nicola, I'm going to take the session today and I'm joined by my own little baby Annabelle, a funky outfit. So she's going to help me a little bit as well and keep me company. So I hope you're all ready to enjoy the session. Just join in as much as you possibly can and enjoy it with your babies as much as they or as little as they want to. Okay, so we're going to start by singing our Bobbins song, which we always sing at the beginning of every session. So with a 1, 2, 3, we're going to sing Wind the Bobbin Up. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Wind the bobbin up, wind the bobbin up, pull, pull, clap, clap, clap. Wind it back again, pull, pull, clap, clap, clap. Point to the ceiling, point to the floor, point to the window, point to the door. Clap your hands together, 1, 2, 3. Put your hands upon your knee. Brilliant. Well done, everybody, and welcome to our Bobbins session today. Now, today, we are going to do something really exciting. So let's have a look at our bobbin. And these bobbins were used by Andrew Carnegie's father on the loom that he weaved on in the cottage downstairs from where they all lived in Dunfermline. So let's have a look at the bottom of our bobbin and see what we might find as a clue to what we're going to do today. Ooh, look what I've got here. I've got a key. Now these keys would have been a lot bigger to get into the place where we're going today, because we're going to go and explore the Glen or Pittencrieff Park, which was actually bought by Andrew Carnegie for the people of Dunfermline right back in the early 1900s. And he did this because once he'd made lots of money, he did it because he was never allowed to play in the Glen himself, because it was owned by a private family and he couldn't ever go and play in it, and he always wanted to go and play with it. He lived right beside the park. So when he was old enough and he had lots and lots of money, he bought it for the people of Dunfermline. So we're so lucky today that we can go and play with it and enjoy it today. So I've got my key ready. If any of you had a chance to make a key, we've got a key to turn in the gate, to open the gates, and then we're going to push open the gates to open them today. And this is sung to the tune of This Is the Way We Brush Our Teeth. So this is the way we turn the key to get into the Glen, okay? Are we ready? 3, 2, 1. This is the way we turn the key, turn the key, turn the key. This is the way we turn the key to get into the Glen. This is the way we push the gates, push the gates, push the gates. This is the way we push the gates to get into the Glen. Fantastic. So we've pushed the gates open. We're in the park with the first people there in the morning. And let's go and see what we can see. So the first thing I often notice when I go into the park are the gorgeous trees, the amount of trees there are, sometimes in wooded bits. Sometimes I can think of one particular tree that stands on its own. Well, in my mind, stands on its own in the park. Huge, great bushy tree, a wee bit like this one here. Big bushy tree. Maybe it's got something sitting in it that we never notice, but it might do. And we're going to sing a song to celebrate this, and we're going to sing it with our babies. We could do a little bit of a massage with our babies, because to the tune of head, shoulders, knees and toes, we could have our roots could be their feet, the trunk could be their body, the branches could be their arms, and the leaves could be their hands. So if we sing to the tune of head, shoulders, knees and toes, we could give them a little massage as we go through it. Should we try that? Okay, so to the tune of head, shoulders, knees and toes, with roots, trunks, branches, leaves, branches, leaves. Okay, are we ready? 3, 2, 1. Roots, trunks, branches, leaves, roots, trunks, branches, leaves, branches, leaves. These are the parts that make up the tree. Roots, trunk, branches, leaves, branches, leaves. Fantastic, brilliant. Now you could try that again with your baby if you like. You could put it on pause, or should we try it again? Let's try it again. Okay, one more time. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Roots, trunks, branches, leaves, branches, leaves. Roots, trunks, branches, leaves, branches, leaves. These are the parts that make up a tree. Roots, branches, trunks, branches, leaves, branches, leaves. Now, if you've got an older baby, of course, you can try and make the actions themselves. But nice for younger babies to get a little bit of a massage. Now, the other thing that's nice about trees is the noise they make when the leaves are rustling. And I've got some little branches here that I can rustle. I've got 2 actually. I can rustle to make a lovely noise. If you've got any at home, you can rustle them around to make a nice noise for the babies. You can rustle it over their heads or near to their ears, might like that, quite nice. And I've also got some lovely, it's a bit over now, but in the autumn, of course, some gorgeous, gorgeous colours of leaves. I've got some lovely orange leaves here that I'm going to throw about in a minute. So if you've got any leaves that you can throw about for this next song, then gather them all up now. So the next song is we're going to sing to the tune of London Bridge is Falling Down. And this is going to be about the rustling leaves. Can you hear the rustling leaves? And can you see the falling leaves? So I'm going to make some leaves fall in front of us here. Okay, I'll just get mine out here. Right, okie dokie. Right, so this is the next song. Can you hear the rustling leaves? Okay, are we ready? 3, 2, 1. Can you hear the rustling leaves, rustling leaves, rustling leaves? Can you hear the rustling leaves? It's so windy. Now I've got falling leaves. Can you see the falling leaves, falling leaves, falling leaves? Can you see the falling leaves? It's so windy. Fantastic. They're all stuck on my computer now. Great, that's brilliant. Lovely. Do the babies like that? Hope so. So should we do that again one more time? Okay. Let's do that again with the rustling leaves. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Can you hear the rustling leaves, rustling leaves, rustling leaves? Can you hear the rustling leaves? It's so windy. Falling leaves. Can you see the falling leaves, falling leaves, falling leaves? Can you see the falling leaves? It's so windy. Great, fantastic, brilliant, excellent. Well done, everybody. Okay, now that we've seen the trees, we've enjoyed the trees, we're going to walk into the park a bit more, see if we can see any of these animals up here. So I've got quite a few animals up here, but the first one you probably recognise, and the one that you see quite a lot in the Glen, because they're quite tame and they come up and think you're going to feed them, and quite a lot of people do feed them, these little creatures. Now this one is particularly soft, and I've always wondered what they actually feel like if you did get to stroke them, which of course you don't because they'll run away. But these lovely creatures with a big bushy tail, it's beautiful. Grey squirrels, and there's lots and lots of them in the park. I think the last time we were there, we must have seen about 20 of them. So as long as it wasn't the same one following us around, then there are lots and lots of them here. But as well as the grey squirrel, I got a little friend here who'd like to meet everyone. Bit more shy, don't see them nearly as much, but they are very, very cute, and they're a little bit smaller. This little one, little red squirrel, is going to come along here. And jump, and he's going to come up and appear on the camera any second. Oh, here she is. She's called Heather, and she's our little red squirrel. Now I get a little red squirrel in my garden. Some of you guys might get red squirrels in your gardens. They're very cute. Apparently, they really like hazelnuts. That's what will really keep them coming back for more. But little Heather has a little tune for you all, a little rhyme for you all, and it goes a bit like this, and it involves a little bit of dancing. So join in if you'd like. So it goes a bit like this. Red squirrel, shake your bushy tail. Red squirrel, shake your bushy tail. Wrinkle up your little nose, hold a nut between your toes. Red squirrel, shake your bushy tail. Because they got lovely bushy tails, haven't they? And really cute little spiky ears when you see them. Get a good picture of them. There she is. And she's going to whiz off up here. And she's going to go and hide behind in here and look after herself. So she's going back in there. So we've seen the squirrels. Now there's another very famous creature that lives in the glen. Slightly unusual place for it to live, but they arrived from India at the beginning of the 20th century. So in the early 1900s, just after the park was open to the public, a man called Henry Beveridge brought them to the park, and they've lived here ever since. And they're looked after by some lovely volunteers in the park. So if you ever want to go and talk to them about these creatures, then please do. They are these beautiful creatures, extraordinary feathers, peacocks. And we have lots of teddy peacocks to buy in the shop in the museum because we love them so much, and they're so closely linked to Andrew Carnegie. But they're beautiful, beautiful feathers. And these peacocks are allowed to roam around the park as much as they want, and around the town as well, apparently. But I've only ever seen them in the building or on top of the building roof, but they are gorgeous. So I have also got 5 little peacocks here who we're going to use for a little counting rhyme. I've got my 5 little peacocks. So if you manage to cut out your 5 little peacocks, if you get them ready now for the babies, we can make one disappear each time. Okay, so we've got 5 little peacocks, and it goes a bit like this. 5 little peacocks, always wanting more. One flew away, and then there were 4. 4 little peacocks, as colourful as can be. One flew away, and then there were 3. 3 little peacocks, wondering what to do. One flew away, and then there were 2. 2 little peacocks, having lots of fun. One flew away, and then there was 1. Just 1 little peacock left. But it means we can have a look at its wonderful, beautiful, beautiful colours. Look at that, aren't they beautiful? I've actually got a couple of peacock feathers here. So just admire for a minute the colours on that. And if I move it, the colours change, sort of efflorescent, almost. Beautiful, beautiful turquoises, my favourite colour. I've got a few other feathers here of different colours. And these are really lovely. Anything soft, really, actually, but lovely, lovely to take a minute to just stroke your baby's head if you can, if there's still enough, or their toes, might tickle their toes, or their hands, their face, because they're so soft. But anything would be good. This soft toy would be perfect as well because they're so, so soft. Babies love feeling different textures on their skin. So you could use the feathers in that way, but also the feathers, the different color feathers, I've almost got all the colors of the rainbow here. So that's going to prompt our next song, which is I Can Sing a Rainbow. So if you've had a chance to get an object of each color of the rainbow that we're going to be singing about, grab it now. We need something red, something yellow, something pink, something green, something orange, something purple, and something blue. Okay, so if you manage to get all of them, you're doing really well. And we can show them to our babies as we go through the song. Okay, are we ready? Okay, 3, 2, 1. Red and yellow and pink and green, orange and purple and blue. I can sing a rainbow, sing a rainbow, sing a rainbow too. Listen with your eyes, listen with your ears, and sing everything you see. I can sing a rainbow, sing a rainbow, sing along with me. Red and yellow and pink and green, orange and purple and blue. I can sing a rainbow, sing a rainbow, sing a rainbow too. Brilliant, fantastic, well done everybody. That's great. Now, we're going to move on now. We're going to go, we've seen a squirrel, we've seen a peacock. Now we're going to have a little think about the water in the park, because there are a few ponds, there are a few streams you can splash about in. There's a lovely pond in the hot houses, which I love going into because they're nice and warm, and they have a lovely smell about them, a real Mediterranean smell, which I love. And they remind us about as close as we're going to get to holiday, possibly. But I love the smell of the hot houses. So you can go in there and see the big orange carp that are in the pond. So if you get a chance, do go into the hot houses when you can. But also there might be little fish in the streams, possibly. Well, I've got 2 little fish here, carrying on from the rainbow theme. I've got 2 rainbow fish here, and I've got a little tune. Now you could create your own little pond with a blue blanket or a blue coat or anything blue, a blue carpet even, or a blue duvet cover, and make your own little fish and let the babies play with the fish in the pond. Or we could just play with them on the screen here right now. So I've got a little rhyme and it goes a bit like this. Fishes in the water, fishes in the sea. We all jump up with a 1, 2, 3. Should we do that again? Fishes in the water, fishes in the sea. We all jump up with a 1, 2, 3. Fantastic, brilliant. Well done, everybody. So the next time, I don't know if there are fishes in the streams, but the next time you go to the park, have a little look. And I don't know if there's a fish in the pond near to the cafe either, but have a little look when you go in there. It's good fun to have a look anyway. I'm sure there's lots of bugs and beasties in there anyway. Okay, so we've looked at the fishes. Now there's another creature that's bound to be in the park because it's in all green spaces. And it's these little things. And they were quite special to Andrew as well, because he used to sell these creatures, these little bunnies. One of Andrew's first businesses was to breed bunnies and sell them to his friends. That's how he started to get the idea of running a business. So there probably were quite a lot of bunnies around Dunfermline at the time that he lived there, but there are bound to be bunnies in the park now. Maybe at dusk and at dawn when the dogs have all gone home, they'll come out and get their food from the grass. But we've got a little tune to sing about bunnies and a little game to play with the babies if they will lie down. And if they're old enough they could pretend to be asleep and we can wake them up. So this is called Sleeping Bunnies. See the little bunnies sleeping till it's nearly noon. Okay, so we could try and lie them down and then we can wake them up when it's ready to get up. Okay, so let's try that with our bunnies. I'll dance with my bunnies here. Okay, are we ready? Sleeping bunnies. 3, 2, 1. See the little bunny sleeping till it's nearly noon. Shall we wake them with a merry tune? Oh, how still are they ill? No! Wake up, bunnies! Hop, little bunnies, hop, hop, hop. Hop, little bunnies, hop, hop, hop. Hop, little bunnies, hop, hop, hop. Hop, little bunnies, hop, and stop. Brilliant. Fantastic. I hope that worked well with your babies. Should we try that one more time? Okay, 3, 2, 1. See the little bunny sleeping till it's nearly noon. Shall we wake them with a little tune? Oh, so still are they ill? No! Wake up, bunnies! Hop, little bunnies, hop, hop, hop. Hop, little bunnies, hop, hop, hop. Hop, little bunnies, hop, hop, hop. Hop, little bunnies, hop, and stop. Brilliant. Fantastic. I'm going to put my bunny back there. Brilliant. Hope the babies like that, a bit of moving around a little bit. Okay. So we've got one more creature to visit today, and he's been sitting, one of them's been sitting very patiently over my shoulder here, and I've got a one hiding by the daffodils over here. I'm going to bring him down, not knocking the daffodils over. And this is our beautiful owl. Now, we don't often get to see these in the park, but I always think they might be sitting in the trees, in the hollows of the trees, looking down on us, or sleeping at least, probably, because of course they only come out at night. But I've got a little rhyme about our owl that goes a little bit like this. There's a wide-eyed owl with a pointed nose, 2 pointed ears, and claws for its toes. It sits in the tree and looks at you, flaps its wings and says, "Twit-twoo." So that's our owl, and he sits in the tree looking at us. So maybe next time we go past that tree in the park, let's see if there's any hollows where these owls might live. Beautiful snowy owl I've got there. Not sure what kind of owls you'll get in the park, but maybe a tawny owl or a small-eared owl, I'm not sure. But see what you can see. So our last song today, to finish off, imagining we've spent the whole day in the park, we've had a lovely picnic, it's been a lovely sunny day, we've investigated, we've stamped in streams, we've seen squirrels, we've seen rabbits, we've seen owls, we've seen all sorts of things, we've seen peacocks. So we're going to finish off by singing Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star, because it's a favourite, and because it reminds us of the night sky that you can see and the beautiful big open spaces in the park, bound to be able to see loads and loads of stars if you're out there at night. Okay, so let's finish off with Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. Time to put your fairy lights on if you've got any fairy lights, and twinkle, twinkle with your stars. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Fantastic. And now I think it's time to get home, get cozy, have a cup of hot chocolate, and enjoy another adventure, another day. But thank you all for joining me. I've got my little daffodils in the corner, a little hint of spring, so we can go and enjoy the park. But the park you can enjoy in all the seasons, can't you? There's something good about it to have to enjoy in all the seasons. So thank you for coming. Lovely to see everybody. And we'll see you again next time. Thanks for coming. Bye for now.